Hey guys, it's Brendan Borman, and I'm back for another 270 video. Today I'll be playing as William Howard Taft, taking on his political rival in real life, Teddy BullMoose Roosevelt. Teddy does have a Santa Claus vice president, which does boost some of his bonuses, which we'll get back to in a second. We are on a 1-minute timer, so I will have to think quickly. BullMoose has a 42% youth vote and 48% labor and environment. When I go back to Taft, I know that I have 30% bonuses in both labor and environment and my big conservative. So if I do spend $200,000 or 2 pips into labor and environment, the worst thing that could happen is that we clash. We go back to where we were, and none of us could get the bonus on turn number 2. One of the best case scenarios is he spends $100K or 0 in labor and environment, and I prevent him from getting his largest bonus, and I also get a net bonus of $65,000 of free cash with an investment of $400,000. So it will take me a few turns to recoup that, but that is a good investment as far as I am concerned, so I'm going to complete my labor and environment bonus on turn number 2. Next, I have $100,000. I could go towards swing states. I could probably avoid Old South because we both have Old South penalties, and instead, I'm just going to go into big conservative because regardless, I'll be able to get big conservative on turn number 3, even if Teddy decides to chase me in labor and environment. He also could progress into swing states, which is probably what I would do if I zero spent as him, or he could zero spend again and put maximum pressure on me to defend the big states if he decides to go after Texas, California, New York, and really try to 3-corner me. It is a 1v1, so I do not have another player that can potentially clash. Sorry for my YouTube notification. But I will spend my 300K, and if he does not spend here, he will forfeit. So you can intentionally zero spend. It's just if you let your timer run out 3 times, you unfortunately lose the game. It looks like we do have spending from BullMoose, who goes in Florida, North Carolina, New York, and Pennsylvania, double pipping in each, and finishes off his turn on turn number 3 by entering into Virginia. That gives him a clear route to get the swing state bonus. Also a very, very strong grip in African American with both anchor states of New York and Florida. Looking at his stats, he is a 25% African American. We do have a 10% African American as well, but swing states is probably going to be gone. So I'm going to double down on my national groups here, which is a very bold strategy, but doing the math real quickly in my head, I know that I can spend $125 in the Old South, can also go in gun lobby and in youth vote, and next turn I can spend $300K getting my national groups, $150 both in youth vote and in gun lobby, and I'll have exactly enough money to complete my Old South bonus by the end of turn number 5. With the Old South money, potentially I could pressure Virginia and North Carolina, and if I can pick correctly between New York and Florida, I could potentially pressure Teddy into overspending. That's the game plan. Now, I will have a small margin of error, and also the longer this game goes, the longer my national group advantage will be. So I really need to pick my spots carefully, because if I go for a big steal and it doesn't work, all of that money that is Roosevelt's getting for state groups is just going to snowball. So I'm picking a path that's pretty dangerous. I think it will be fun for me to try. And also, I know nothing about my opponent. So I don't know if he's going to go Texas, which could make sense if he decides to go for manufacturing with North Carolina and Pennsylvania. He also has Michigan as a backup in manufacturing. He did open up into Utah, so I'm guessing he's going to be working toward high-tech or town and gown. Probably town and gown with New York because he only needs like a Massachusetts, which also would help him get the high-tech bonus. So we only have about 8 seconds left. We are going to pressure Michigan, North Carolina, and Virginia, and Pennsylvania. So we're going to save the rest of our 305. We're going to have Old South another turn, but we did not get into Arizona. So Arizona plus Utah is just 10K short of getting Town and Gown. Look for him to go in District of Columbia, except we already passed that, so maybe he'll go in Iowa with his swing money. He's pressuring us with youth vote and in gun lobby, which is interesting. Maybe he pegs us as someone who will overreact and overspend. Maybe I might throw 1 pip there. Maybe I'll leave it alone. I'm not sure. I do need to spread out. So let's spend my Old South money first. So Louisiana, Alabama will at least give us access to every state in the Old South. I don't want to overspend in the Old South because, again, I do have a penalty there. But I need to also get into Florida. I'm a little bit panicking here. I probably should have just done 1 pip in California, but I didn't want to spend 1 pip and him go 2 and have a clear advantage if he does decide to really maximize the pressure in California and uses AA states to just kind of expand. Again, African American is going to be so big here with the really Michigan, Arizona, Florida. I'm probably not going to win Florida, but he doesn't need to know that. He is going to pressure me excellently in the Old South. This does not feel good. He's also going into Washington. Washington for high tech is uncontested. And there's the 100K bonus for high tech and $93,000 for Town and Gown. What am I missing for Town and Gown? He, oh, you know what? Because of the recent update where they took Town and Gown out of Nebraska, I bet you don't even have to have the extra 10K. I bet you Arizona, Utah, and Massachusetts is enough. That's interesting. I'm going to have to look into that and do a video about that. We've lost the Old South. We did zero spend. Having money here was a bigger deal for me than trying to defend a bonus, which I have a penalty in. So I have over $1 million. I am guessing that this is probably my all-in moment here. I don't have to pressure New York for this move to work. I could actually lock Virginia and Michigan. I don't think he's going to defend Pennsylvania. I have a pretty good bet about that. I have to go 200K up in California. Also, he could still pivot to Texas. I just have a feeling he's going to over-defend Florida. A lot of Teddy players do that, especially when they have the Old South bonus and swing bonus. So we're going to spend big. There's a big spin in Florida. Georgia flips, so that's going to give him the Old South bonus. Gun lobby flips. Okay, this has turned into a roller coaster. Let's go ahead and skip. We lose gun lobby. We get high tech. That's a good sign. That means our turn worked. Every steal was successful. Virginia, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Now we have to decide what do we do. We automatically lock Virginia. That's a no-brainer. Let's go for our easy, quick steal of Maryland and then open up in other high-tech states. If he overspends here in Pennsylvania or Michigan, I don't think that fits his profile. He's been very calculated, methodical with his moves. I'm going to defend youth vote and also go up in gun lobby just this one time. It might not work, but we're still going to save $100 to $18,000. So our goal, we're probably not going to take away African American. He doesn't have Old South. He's got Town and Gown, which is pretty good. He does lock Florida, and we are able to steal Georgia. So can we get gun lobby? Yes. Does he get labor and environment? No, so he's just entering labor. Maryland was a 1-pip steal. That was brilliant, if I do say so myself. That makes it to where we don't have to have Maryland. Swing states is gone with the Georgia steal. Hello, let's go. Let's lock Virginia. Let's lock Pennsylvania. We're going to leave Michigan for now. I do plan to lock Michigan very soon. We're going to go up in Washington to the 4th pip, and we're going to get into Texas. Texas is huge because if we're able to get California, Texas with a couple other states like Pennsylvania, Illinois, Michigan, That's really going to be beneficial for us for manufacturing, for export. We don't have a Latino state, which we're going to have to get into another state. Illinois makes a lot of sense. It's just kind of expensive, and we're having to invest in defending states like Virginia and Washington to keep our high tech. So he's got Town and Gone and African American. So let's use our high tech to enter into Massachusetts and Utah. We can also go. What do we want to do? New Jersey for our Latino, and then let's go for it with Arizona. If we're able to get up to the third pip in Texas and steal Arizona, that's going to give us oil. It's going to give us manufacturing potentially. If we keep Michigan, it'll give us ag for sure. So Latinos on the table. Georgia flips back, so we're probably going to lose swing states again. So he's got his mind on swing states. He does get New Hampshire as well. Latino is unoccupied, so we could just use our Latino money in New Jersey if we want to keep Latino. But we also have other bonuses. We could just try to defend Arizona. That seems like a better investment because we can use our Latino later in the game to keep New Jersey. 13 seconds here. Let's see. Georgia, we're going to lock it. We're going to get into Nevada, New Hampshire, and Iowa, and shoot. So I did not defend Arizona, did not spend my Latino. I wish I had put my Latino money in New Jersey. We have a $600,000 spin. Where is that going? Okay, gun lobby flips. Pure cash going back to Roosevelt. Labor and environment flips. Okay, so we've got a lot of pure cash going from Taft to Roosevelt. I think we're going to steal away swing states again. We do. And he loses African American. We lose gun lobby. We've got all kind of thievery going on here. He's done the 3 bonuses. We really need to defend Arizona. Let's get Louisiana and Alabama and spend up in Tennessee, Illinois. Arizona, yeah, we're locking Arizona. We're going to steal Nevada. Don't need to go up in New Jersey anymore. I've got this high-tech money. Let's go up in South Carolina. Oh, are you nervous yet? I could go up in... should have gone in Michigan. I was going to say New Hampshire with my high-tech money, but I knew I should have gone in Michigan. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Blocking Arizona. No Michigan, no Michigan. Okay, Old South, we lost manufacturing. We lost Michigan. Okay. So the good thing is we can go up in Illinois, but that was such an easy block. Why did we not do it? He gets African American back. He's actually got African American the rest of the game because he'll have New York, Michigan, North Carolina, and Florida. So I think if we block that there, we win. We still are probably in a good position because we have a ton of bonus money coming in. Let's lock Maryland and go for Massachusetts and Utah. See if we can steal Town and Gown. I'm in the business of taking bonuses as we squeak in Ohio at the buzzer. We still have some export, which we can put into Ohio or Oregon. We clash in Arizona. This is turn number 15. And Illinois is uncontested, so we get manufacturing back. Iowa is blocked. He's probably using his swing state money, which he loses again, and his Town and Gown bonus. We get manufacturing back. We've lost Washington, which is kind of frustrating. We have all of that high-tech and all of that export. Let's just use it there. We're going to max out Iowa. We're going to max out Arizona. This guy is like obsessed with the swing state bonus, so we're not going to let him get it. And this whole time, no one's even in Wisconsin. Oh my goodness, what a crazy thing for all of the swing back and forth. No one is in Wisconsin, and it's turn 16. That's like jaw-dropping. We're going to go up in South Carolina. and we pretty much spend everything except for $48,000. We can put that manufacturing into Indiana or Kentucky next turn. I did strategically 1-pip and 2-pip some empty states to try to clash if he does go for a ballot push. He did not. He did 0 spend. So at this point, I think he's pretty much dead in the water. I'm going to flip labor and environment, and I'm going to try to flip gun lobby, but I can't do it because I'm just a hair short on cash. But what I can do is, again, more double pipping and single pipping in empty states to try to basically conflict with him, create a clash, which would prolong the game. More turns where we get more money. More money can snowball into more EVs. Again, this is a smart thing to do. I know the game is pretty much over in terms of entertainment for the stream, but I'm going to lock Massachusetts. We're going to leave Vermont, Maine, Rhode Island open, as well as Indiana, Kentucky, and West Virginia, just so we don't have a ballot round. Here comes Teddy. Teddy's now spinning in California, so Teddy is not dead yet. He is, but he's not. There goes labor and environment back to us. Now I can flip gun lobby, which we're going to defend labor and environment by 1-pip, which is a total waste of cash. But that's okay. I like to have all the bonuses. We're going to go up in Indiana and Kentucky. We're also going to open Rhode Island, Vermont, and we're going to leave open Maine and West Virginia. We're going to defend Wisconsin with our ag and our manufacturing. We still have some high-tech money we could put in Massachusetts. We still have some Latino money and some oil and gas. Go ahead and put export into Oregon and Ohio. Louisiana, we can go up to the 9th pip. New Jersey to the 3rd pip. Not enough for Colorado. 2 seconds, 1 second in turn. So this is probably going to be where he forfeits. No shame in forfeiting, Teddy. It's been a roller coaster. You steal a bonus. I steal a bonus. You steal it back from me. But no, we have a 0 spend. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. We're down to 89 EVs for Mr. Roosevelt. Swing states finally comes over to us, except now we have like nowhere to put it except Wisconsin. So Texas is now pressured. California is pressured. So going to go up to the 4th pip in each state respectively. Double pip into Montana, South Dakota, Kansas, all of the lighter red states, which are soft leads. Again, since he can only go on the 1st or 2nd pip in the beginning entrance of a state, that makes those states basically mine. Going to go up. Right now, Illinois is vulnerable, but if I lose Illinois, it's not, game-changing by any means. But he has all this African-American money, and that makes sense of where he could put it. At this point, I'm just going to force a ballot because he either is 0 spending and probably going to forfeit, or he is 3-turn no spending, which is an automatic forfeit. There is the 2nd of 3 turns. Here is a ballot round. And Illinois, we're going to lock. I think we can pretty much lock everything. So Mississippi, Wisconsin, Louisiana. We can go up to the 2nd pip in Connecticut, Rhode Island, Vermont, all of those states, and hit in turn, and that should be a wrap. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been awesome to play 270 and share my games with you. I hope you learn. I hope you're entertained. Please hit that like button to show some support. And we're going to go up in New York just to get some some popular vote on my side. Look at all that red with a sprinkle of green. Reminds me of Christmas. Christmas in March. There's the end of turn number 20. I'm looking to see if it's a 0 spend. If it is, I will automatically skip the feed. But I just saw something on my YouTube analytics that 72% of my video watchers are unsubscribed. Do me a favor, hit the button. You don't have to turn on notifications, but we're trying to get to 5K before Election Day. Has the presidency been decided? Absolutely. Howard Taft has won the White House. Again, this is Brendan Borman, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.